And of course, a person who has similarly contributed to policy making and policy advice, Dr. Pronab Sen joins us. Dr. Sen, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us. What would the Chief Statistician do today? Would he be in a very awkward position in terms of being asked to give an advance estimate of a period which is difficult to estimate?
Well, he's certainly in an awkward position, but the fact of the matter is that even if he had 1 more month on hand, the situation would be just as awkward. Because, you are looking at a structural break that happens in November, right? And you cannot use 1 month's data to try and extrapolate what that structural break would mean. So I'm not sure that getting it advanced by a month makes it significantly any worse. And so I would suspect that he would do exactly as the statement that apparently the CSO has put out, which is use the old methodology, which assumes that it's business as usual, and say that this is what would have happened given the trends that we saw.
Okay. If two questions flow from what you are saying, Dr. Sen. One, that even in normal times, is it therefore a dangerous practice to ask the CSO to give advance estimates? Because there could be several other factors, not so large as demonetization, but nevertheless, this is a hazardous exercise, isn't it?
Well, it is. But, earlier it used to be the case that that we were closer to the budget and both the RBI and the Finance Ministry needed a level estimate. It wasn't a growth estimate. They needed to know what the level of the GDP would be for their various purposes. That need continues. But now the problem has become a little more complicated because RBI just a couple of weeks ago has come out with a statement saying that they expect growth to be 7.1% for the year, which means that all of us who are in the business of working with the national accounts have already calculated what the RBI expects. Now, if CSO comes out and gives it a radically different number, all kinds of alarm bells are going to start ringing.
No, but from what you are saying, we ought not to give any value to the number that will be announced, isn't it? Because they are themselves saying that they have not taken into account the big economic event that happened after November 8.
Absolutely. But here's the problem, Lata. When RBI downgrades its expectations from 7.6 to 7.1%, the presumption is that they know something we don't. Because it presumes that they have factored in the effect of the demonetization. How they've done it is anybody's guess because there's no data whatsoever at that point in time. But that is the backdrop against which the advance estimate is going to be made this time around.
Is it possible, sir, for the CSO team to extrapolate this data without being influenced at all by the demonetization impact? If it colors, then it is an untruthful exercise.
No, if it colors, if it does a guesswork on the effect of the demonetization, that would be improper. Because that is an exercise that model builders are supposed to do. It is not an exercise that a data producer should be carrying out.
So short point for a market person, for a banker, for a person from India Inc., from the media, we ought not to give this number any value.
Yes, I would not, frankly.
All right, sir, that's the most important thing. But in the past, has the CSO tried to protest? Saying that don't make us give...
Yes, repeatedly. Repeatedly.
To no avail.
But the point is, CSO is about the only institution which has, and still has actually, a certain amount of credibility in the eyes of the public, so that the number that they bring out does carry some weight, that it is not influenced by politics.
Yes.
This time around, I think their main objective should be to maintain that image.
Well said, sir. Thank you very much, Dr. Sen, for joining.